In Florida, the environment and our economy are completely intertwined. Our economy in Florida is driven by tourism and agriculture and real estate. And as you can imagine, all of those things are very much related to our natural system and our environment here in Florida. And because our economy in Florida is so dependent on our environment, there have been a lot of studies that have shown the billions of dollars that our environment contributes to our economy. But unfortunately, there have been a number of impacts to the Everglades system as a result of all the alterations that we've made. Impacts to the ecology of the Everglades, loss of habitat, and changes to water quality and water quantity. Complex and long-term solutions like those required for Everglades restoration truly require substantial and reliable funding commitments. So one of the questions that's often asked is, are we providing enough funding for Everglades restoration, and are we allocating it in the right ways? First, I would recognize Legacy Florida, which is legislation that was passed several years ago that provides guaranteed state funding for the Everglades for 10 years. So that was a very significant funding commitment on the part of the state for Everglades restoration. But something that's important for people to realize is we need to maintain a federal match of funds to keep Everglades restoration going forward. So the vast majority of the Everglades program is a partnership between the state of Florida and the federal government. And many people aren't aware that the state actually cannot get out ahead and can't outspend the federal government on Everglades restoration. Anytime there's a risk of that, Everglades restoration actually has to slow down until the federal contribution picks up, and then things can start moving forward again. So it's critically important that we continue to get the federal contribution. So one of our priorities as an organization is to continue to push Congress to both authorize and then appropriate funds to these projects so that that partnership can continue to move the work forward. Another thing I would mention is that over the years, we've spent an exorbitant amount of money focused on water quality standards for the Everglades, the portion of the Everglades that's south of Lake Okeechobee. We've built a tremendous amount of features in that part of the system to improve water quality, and fortunately, we've been very successful. So that is a good news story. However, now the time has come to focus funding in the northern Everglades, the northern part of this system, so that we make sure we're implementing solutions to address water quality and quantity problems throughout the system, and we're staying true to that concept of shared adversity.